movies, Watch Dogs is coming, and they asked who should play the main character for Watch Dogs.
Do we know enough about the characters to really...
These guys must think that we do.
I don't know shit about the game.
I think this right now is just off of pure looks.
Yeah, I've never seen any character development. I don't know what the hell the dude's doing.
Well, Ubisoft is asking, and names have come up: Paul Walker, Tom Cruise, Robert Downey Jr., which is not going to happen. Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, Tobey Maguire. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Toby's a pussy.
I don't think Tobey could be Aiden.
He can't be nothing but Spider-Man. And he fucked that up.
Seabiscuit. But you know, moving along from that, Sony put Gran Turismo movie in effect.
What the fuck is this going to be about?
I have no idea.
What could this be about?
I have no idea, because they can't do the other angle like the Need for Speed movie's going to be about.
What the fuck?
You can't do a Fast Furious style. I don't know.
What is going on?
I mean, but okay. The dude that played Thor was just in a racing movie, right?
Yeah, but that was based on history. What history?
Right.
That was a real history of something. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know.
And Captain Kirk. You know he was a guy in Star Trek. He's Kirk in Star Trek.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't know that.
The fuck? You told me that.
Yeah. Crazy.
I'm about to dye my hair blonde, motherfucker. Get a whole new look. I don't know what that movie's about.
Me neither.
I guess we'll wait and see.
We'll figure it out. So
Fast and Furious reboot or some shit. I don't know.
Who knows? So moving along. I don't know if you guys heard, but Sony is loaning out PS4 kits.
Can we get one?
Shit, I guess we gotta be the registered developer to get one. I gotta tell you what, I've done storyboarding, I've done frame by frame, I've done keyframes. Man, shout out to you guys who do this shit for a living. That's not easy, so
no.
Shout out to you. And
why they make the big bucks?
Yeah, so I mean, it says that the sources say that the kits cost about $2,500.
It's not bad.
That's not actually way less than I thought.
Yeah.
And you know, they're free of charge for a year, so.
Nice.
Hey,
little incentive there.
Little incentive to again correct the mistakes that Sony has had, and give people more.
Get the developers riled up.
Riled up, right? And I think there's going to be. I think Sony's holding a conference overseas to get more developers on board. And right now, the campaign that they're doing right now, the internal campaign, is so dope. Because they're just trying to get people back on board. Because the cell processor has damaged a lot of.
They sound like Microsoft with Windows Phone.
Oh shit! Come on. And speaking of indies, you know, Xbox One, I don't know if you caught this, but Xbox One has just, man, I kind of hate saying this like this now, reverse their stance on the indie thing, on the indie gaming policy, and actually, the Bungie guy, founder, said this is great for indies. So if the Bungie dude says that, then you know it's good. And there's a lot of other people who've made comments and say like, this is real. Not revolutionary, but this is very rewarding for the indie people. This is very acceptance. Like,
how is this different than how Sony treats indie?
Well, Sony's making a new campaign of how they're going to treat indies moving forward, which is
so why are they outright? Are they like cheerleading for Xbox? Or is
no, it's not cheerleading. It was more like, oh my god, it's a process. It's a fucking pain. It's like Apple trying to get an app with Apple.
Okay.
Like there's so much stuff that goes on with it, and
so just happy to see it.
Right, and mind you, because they go with the quality control, like you told me.
Right.
Yes, we're not fucking just gonna publish anything.
Right.
On Xbox Arcade. So
but now they give them the rights to it.
I mean, I don't know if it's
or how. Now you get that Google type shit where
you feel like you can.
Here's this fucking $2 app that shows you something you did not pay to see, and now Google come back and pull it down.
Right.
So that could be the effect.
That could be the effect, but you know, we'll see. It's not a full out thing, but it's just happy to see that the indies are looking forward to it, because at one point, if you're following the story like we had, people were pulling out of the indie side of Microsoft.
Yeah.
And obviously Sony's making a huge play for that right now, so.
See if your boy Sinclair come on over.
Who knows? That's the kind of game that I think everyone should enjoy. But like I told people before, I can just see that being on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because we like to play that kind of shit.
Yeah, like weird shit.
Yeah.
Third person games.
Yeah. Let me see. I want to do shit. Do I even want to talk about F1?
Mention it for 10 seconds.
Yeah, so there's a new F1 coming, F1 2013, coming in October.
Who owns this? EA or Codemasters?
Codemasters. Codemasters do what? Did they do Grid?
They do Grid. They did Toka.
That's
serious pedigree right
so, there. Yeah, and we've actually ran into an F1 player.
Yeah.
He's pretty serious about that shit. So
GT.
Yeah. So, you know, people who play F1, you know, they like it. So there you go. There go your upgrade. Rockstar. Now, I've been talking about, since E3, I've been saying, yo, what's up with Rockstar? What's up with Rockstar? And we all know that they focus on Gran Turismo. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, GTA. But it's been too quiet, and other people believe me when I say
They have 2 to 3 different development teams, right?
I think there's 4 now.
There's 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So not all of them are focused, especially when
be.
GTA is finished.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I actually have a breakout conversation. It's going to be a topic video about the whole Rockstar thing in general. But for this purpose of this, they've renewed their trademarks for Agent, which is supposed to have been a PlayStation 3 exclusive game. This one's been dormant since, I don't know, maybe 2006, 2007. So this could be one of those titles that I've been talking about for a while. Like when you think the PlayStation 3, or even I know there's some other stuff coming for Xbox down the line too. You think these consoles are dead this generation? They're not, because the theory behind Agent is actually pretty dope. So shout out to Rockstar on that if they make that happen.
You remember when they did it was Bully. Bully came out of nowhere on the PS2. Yes, and Bully was so good. They have a history of doing
Me and my boy.
And then Warriors was in that same.
Warriors too. Warriors was fucking hot.
Right.
Shout out to my boy Gunna, my boy Corey, because we both went in on that one. I think we did we half and half on that, because I think we half and half on that and Warriors. And we almost missed out. Both of those games are worth a play. So moving on. PlayStation 4. Rumor, I don't like to report on rumors, I just want to set this one a little straight. Said that it will reserve 3.5 gigabytes of its 8 gigabytes for the OS.
That doesn't sound like a healthy thing to me.
Somewhere in the line is a gigabyte worth of flexible RAM.
And the rest of the game?
That doesn't sound... So the 4.5 is supposed to be the game.
Right.
And the 3.5 is...
Sell me on this. What's the upside to this?
The upside to it? Well, how else would you be able to run all this extra shit in the background?
Well, here's the thing.
The recording...
And I'm paralleling it to the 1.
I'm about to go over there too.
Okay.
Because the 1 is doing 3 and 5. 3 for the OS. 5 for the games. The developers don't have a problem with the 5. I'm assuming they're not going to have a problem with the 4.5 either.
Right.
My beef with the 1, when that was announced, was why is it taking that much space? But then I remember for the 1 that they're pushing
3 different OSs.
Well, yeah, they're pushing 3 different OSs. But my thing with the 1 is they're relying a lot on cloud side.
Oh, yeah, true.
Now, there's been rumors and little hints in the air that the PlayStation can do it. They're just not pushing that.
Right.
But you don't hear developers who are already invested calling anything out. And at the same time, if online is no longer required for the 1, can they actually use the compute for that?
Right.
Unless they're going to do it for online gaming. Because you have to be online to play the game, so why not use the RAM from the cloud to do it?
Well, I think maybe Sony can do it. They can certainly pivot to that later on. It just wasn't their initial model
for marketing.
Right. And Microsoft was outright like, no.
Right.
This is extra power.
Right.
So I wonder if do you think this offsets the DDR5? Like, sure, it's more RAM, it's faster, but you have a little bit more RAM versus the faster RAM. Then you throw the cloud thing in there. To me, it just seems like at the end of the day, these fucking consoles are still wildly evenly matched.
Yeah, the playing field is even more even.
Right,
it's more even.
It's just they approach the same solution from different angles.
You know what this reminds me of? The more and more the information comes out, the PlayStation 1 versus the Sega Saturn. It's all gonna be about which side they choose to create the game.
Right.
In this particular case, graphics is not a problem. Before we was dealing with polygons,
right.
and it was the way how PlayStation was going to handle it and how Saturn was going to handle it. Mm-hmm. Now we're not talking about graphics; we're talking about functionality.
Right.
Across the board, it's going to be the same. But what are you going to be do on your Xbox One with the TV and all this and the Skype? And you can suspend the games and and then what's PlayStation going to have on their side? Because they both can do streaming. So now it's about which way you're going to go with functionality. So
it's going to be dope.
It's going to be dope on the tech side,
and I
more than
think
anything else.
What I'm more excited about is the fact that we can get like Call of Duty on the Xbox. Mm-hmm. Would be in this generation on the Xbox One would be the closest we've ever seen to Call of Duty on the PlayStation 4. Meaning, you don't get the little particles over here that you get on this one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You
can get all of that.
Film look.
We just gotta code it a little different.
Right.
And I feel like Microsoft and Sony are so avidly trying to get developers involved. It's like, what do you want to do? We'll show you how to do it.
Right.
It's not like the cell processor. That was Sony's problem.
That was hard. That was the problem.
Well, it's powerful. Do what you do. And just walk away like, nah, you're not doing that anymore. They're like, all right.
I think,
what is it you want to do?
I think with the x86 thing is like, listen, you create the game once. It probably can work for all three systems. But the third system being PC. But here's what you do to tweak it for each one.
Right.
So, because you remember, they both got to be friendly to devs.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. And also because it's not confirmed for the PlayStation, but for Xbox, highly credible source saying that of the 3 gigabytes that's going to the OS, 10% of the GPU is going over there too. So 90% of the GPU will be focused on games on top of the 5 gigabytes. That's
interesting.
Right. So
that's optimization.
Right. And we don't have an answer for that on the PlayStation yet, but
but this is the thing. I'm pretty sure
it's the same.
Now that that's out there,
right?
Sony's gonna call somebody over at GameStop. Yeah.
Right.
And then here we got another fucking blurb next week.
Right.
There's no way Sony doesn't do that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? These numbers are all playable. So Sony's just going, where's our spec sheet? We was doing it at 8%. Now we do it at 10. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck's the difference?
Right. I mean, yeah.